The Evil Dead begins with a group of teens, Ash, Scott, Linda, Cheryl, and Shelly, staying at an eerie remote cabin in the woods. While having dinner, the cellar door suddenly flings open, and Scott decides to investigate it. After a bit, Ash heads down to look for him, and he ends up finding Scott. In the cellar, they discover a strange book and a recorder. They play out the previous recording, and on it is a professor explaining that he's found the Naturam de Monto, the Book of the Dead. The professor starts reciting an incantation in ancient Sumerian, and Cheryl screams to shut it off. Later, Cheryl hears a voice call out to her, and she exits the cabin to check it out, when suddenly, several vines emerge from the forest and snatch her. Cheryl manages to break free, runs back to the cabin, and begs Ash to drive her back to town, but when he does, they find that the only bridge back is completely demolished. Back at the cabin, Cheryl suddenly becomes possessed and attacks. Scott knocks her into the cellar and reseals the door with a chain. Shelly becomes possessed too, and Scotty dispatches her. Linda becomes possessed and attacks Ash, forcing him to put her outside, but upon returning, he finds the cellar door open. Cheryl attacks, and Scotty becomes possessed too. Fighting everyone off, Ash desperately tosses the Book of the Dead into the fireplace, and the possessed begin disintegrating, ending the Evil Dead.